Morning. Welcome to Riding with Gravity. Today I just went for a little ride and I topped off the tires because they need a little bit of air. So again, just as for daily checks, I always check those tires and they just seemed a little soft, and sure enough they were. And today I'm going to clean the chain and do an oil change as well. But I was riding around and just reflecting on the mirrors. So I did a couple different videos talking about the mirrors on this motorcycle. And if you recall, I did like the stock mirrors as a new rider just because of the position. And that was really, you know, based on my body type and size and the location of the mirrors. They gave me really good visibility and I didn't have to move my head that much. So I really liked them, but I wanted to get some bar ends on here and just compare the two. And there's one thing that I just sort of started to notice, and it's highway riding. So right now I'm kind of tucked in. I've lowered my profile to get out of the wind a little bit, and if I had the stock mirrors, they would be up here and kind of useless. So I'd have to like untuck to kind of use the mirrors. Now I'm still going to do a head check, of course, but the nice thing about being tucked down, at least for me based on my body type, but I got to scoot back in the seat too, of course, to really tuck. But the nice thing about this is that the bar end mirrors are not completely worthless on the highway. I can actually just give them a quick glance and see what's going on in the lanes next to me. So I actually really do like, from a highway riding standpoint, the fact that these bar ends are nice and low on the motorcycle and I can just kind of check them. Not a substitute for a head check, of course, but it is really nice just to be able to have a functional mirror with these bar ends when I'm riding on the highway. So I didn't point that out when I was talking about the mirrors because I just didn't do a whole lot of highway riding back in Dallas-Fort Worth. Here in Minneapolis-St. Paul, I hit the highways on almost every ride. They're pretty tame. People are going about 60, 65, 70, and it's just a really easy way to get around. Drivers here are pretty good, so I usually don't have many worries about being on the highway. And as I've said before, this motorcycle is perfectly capable of being a highway commuter if you want it to. I definitely feel the wind, right, and doing a head check and all that stuff. You got to fight the wind. It's a lightweight motorcycle, no windscreen, naked bike. But, you know, if you're going to do a lot of highway riding, I would maybe suggest that you, if you still have the stock ones on, see how they work for you on the highways, especially if you need to tuck in a little bit. And then throw some bar ends on. Just give them a shot. It doesn't have to be like, I've got the Husqvarna ones, and those are pretty pricey, but you can find some cheaper bar end mirrors if you want, and just see how they work for you. But I really love this. I mean, there's a car right there, a white car. There might be a car in front of it, I don't know, unless I head check, but at least I can see that they're there, and that's really great. But again, you know, highway riding here, I'm going 55 behind some cars. Now 50. I mean, this is nothing. I can untuck, and I'm pretty casual, right? So, but for those moments when you need to tuck in, these bar ends are really nice. So I just thought I'd mention that. I really like that about these mirrors.